you know, obviously, you win 1.75 million and it makes a bit of a difference, you know. Well, I've actually gone all the way through this format. I've gone all the way through this particular tournament and I've won it. So in some senses, it's going to be, you know, it's going to be very, very difficult to beat me if I actually manage to do a lot of the same things I did the last time.
Talk about confidence. I mean, Andy, he was like a puddle of green water after the first 3 or 4 hands of this Premier League.
Yeah.
Now his confidence is back, isn't he?
Oh, it's all chirpy, chirpy, cheap, cheap now.
And J.C. Tran, who found a lot of nice conversations about the weather and the World Series of Poker before, has gotten his game face on. Second time, re-raise all in.
Yeah, now, this time, Tran would be right to call.
Would be right, but isn't there that sort of thing about the second time he does it, he really has to have something?
30 around. Oh, okay.
Well, he doesn't have nothing, but JC Tran's decision is whether or not Andy Black can make this move with a wide range. I mean, last time it was ace-king, but I'm not sure if he can keep letting them do this, Tran. You know, having lost the momentum of the chip lead, I don't think he can keep raising and giving it up for a re-raise. I mean, the horrible thing for JC Tran is that he's got himself into this position at all. You know, he had 260,000. Everybody else had less than 100. And he just, how quickly things change.
You got me covered.
They can now put him under pressure.
I don't know.
When they count these down, I believe they're going to find that the stacks are nearly identical. JC might have 4,000 or 5,000 left. I mean, what are the tactics of the league format say here?
It's almost 40.
I don't think you can think about the tactics of the league format here. I really don't. I think Tran has got to restrict his decision to what kind of hands will Black make this move with.
Oh man!
I mean, right now, if you're a Net or Peter Eastgate, you're definitely funking for him to make the call, because basically, if Black and Tran play an all-in pot, one of them's going out.
And it's probably Tran, because Black's history in the races he has called. I think it's the right call, but I think Andy Black is in form and he's going to hit.
It is Black all in, but you know, there's not much in it. And the winner of this pot will be the chip leader. This is a big race. There's no ace, there's no 9. The pair is har.
If Devilfish is watching, he'll probably hit the hearts. Oh dear.
It's given Andy a plethora of outs.
Don't want a 7.
There's still 2 to 1 against.
Black card, small black card required for JC Tran.
I like my chances of the board pairing.
Wow.
All right, let me count.
The 7s hold up?
40,
they do, and
60,
they're going to count these down to be sure. But Vicky, it looks like the defending champion is going to walk with only 3 points in his back pocket. If this is an indication of the quality of this year's Premier League, it hasn't just been infused, it's been supercharged. The 3 returning players who are in this heat, it looks like they've gone out. 1, 2, 3.
I had a bad feeling about it. I maybe should have just called with the ace-9, but it's hard, you know, the blinds are 5-10, you pick up ace-9, you know, normally you'd expect to be ahead. He calls me with the 7s. Nothing hits, you know, so all the new guys sort of won all the coin flips against the old guys.
Annette right now on the short stick.
But it's not that short, you see, because they've knocked out a player. There's more manoeuvre. So ranging between 15 and 25 big blinds each.
Looks like she's taking that deep breath. She's so capable, isn't she? We've already seen her re-raise with a 5-8. I mean, yeah. I mean, it just looked like that. It just looked like that, didn't it? She's so good.
Well, Eastgate can't begin to imagine that his hand is best. Well played, Annette.
Do you think Peter's saying to himself right now, when will I learn? You know? I mean, what does she have to do? Does she have to hit him over the head with it?
It's the same old bullshit, the Premier League.
She got the bag again.
Yeah.
The new blood has lifted the bar through the roof. This season's going to rock the poker world.
Friday? 2 days ago.
I guess sort of in the
Didn't go to the party?
bigger picture right now. JC here
I was
is
a little late.
just quite happy with
We
his
flew in
chip
that day.
stack, which is slightly above average. The truth of the situation is that these 3 are nearly dead
Right,
level. It's going to be
24,000
really fun to see who grabs it from here and why.
I'm all in.
Wow.
Now this time he may call. He may call this time.
Oh, he's got a call, does he? Or is it too big a re-raise?
I call.
And a
Yeah,
call.
he's got a call. He's got a call.
You know, and Eastgate's called there, never really considering that he could be up against an undercard as well as an overcard, but he is. Or was he considering that a net could have absolute?
I don't know if he was just thinking, I'm not going to be pushed off it again. I'm just not. This is a reasonable hand.
This is the danger of a net's game, isn't it?
Then again.
I had a good feeling with my ace 3 also.
Ooh,
okay.
the
You got a better
5
flop
now
than I did,
working
for
for a net.
He just flopped top set on me again.
Overstart is all in here, and
Like
unless
no
the
sweat.
5 or the ace
I think I'm gonna
comes,
get her on the
she
river.
will be out third.
It's gonna be the 5.
Ooh,
Let's change
5
that.
or an
If it
ace
wasn't a turn,
needed.
He would have had to redraw.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
So
nearly.
So close.
Nearly.
That's
But I
close,
mean, she's
right.
played
I think I need a count,
fantastically
but
well.
I'm
I think
pretty
she's
sure
going
he
to
has
be
me
making a
covered.
big statement on this tournament.
Not positive, but I think so.
I think you're right. I think she's going to feel on balance pretty good with
No, I'm
4
pretty sure he has me
points
covered.
from the first heat.
Listen, what's she going to do? You know, she's getting aggressive 3-way. It's absolutely the right thing to do. She had an ace in her hand most times Peter Eastgate's been passing. This time he had 7, so he called that. You know, I don't think either of them has done anything wrong there.
Yeah, I think it was
And
like
I think Annette is going to be in great shape over the matches.
190.
And for Eastgate, he was the first player all in at this table. In a race, had a chance to be knocked down 6. He'll be chip leader now.
Good game.
And Annette taking her 4 and bagging it.
All right, kid.
As long as you don't get off to a really bad start, I don't mind at all, because I know it's really easy to turn it around. Like, getting 3rd and then getting, like, 2nd or 1st, for example, then you're almost guaranteed a place in the finals. So, you know, like, 3rd place isn't too bad.
Dude, it's good for you, right? Or
You've
would you at
got
least
to
find a reason?
love this. There's new blood in this Premier League, and it is pounding hot and heavy. Welcome to the world of Peter Eastgate, Vicky. The World Series of Poker champion has been unblemished in the races and takes a chip lead into the heads-up against the American J.C. Tran.
Fantastic start for JC Tran, but he slipped back a bit in chips. Could be another notable victory for young Eastgate.
You see, J.C. Tran has never really been below his starting stack here. Eastgate has been up and down like a seesaw.
Show 9 players in 2 hours. That's free.
Peter kind of does have a free shot. It's about 2 to 1, 400 to 200. So Eastgate could play a race, lose it, and still be well in it.
Here comes an unraised pot. JC Tran with the Queen 9, just checking it. When Eastgate found that hand, he went all in.
Check.
Not much for either.
Check.
A 10 would hit Peter quite nicely. A 9, on the other hand.
Ooh.
This is really a death knell
Check.
here for Peter.
Yeah, I mean, Peter's got the straight draw with his 9.
And why has JC checked here? Has he checked to induce a bluff? Has he checked to raise? Has he checked to just let Peter get at it?
I think he's checked a call. You know, he doesn't know exactly yet what Eastgate's up to. Well, this is what you said earlier about JC Tran likes to let the game come to him. He's not forcing it.
I think if Peter bets here, it's going to be a value bet. I think he thinks he's ahead here.
He does think so.
26,000.
JC Tran's going to flat call.
Call to win the pot, and that's what he's done.
Yeah, Peter Eastgate will be surprised. The way that action went, he will be surprised to see that he's not in front.
That's the second time I bet value bet the
Yeah,
time.
no, I, when you bet that, I was like, you know, he has at least a 7 with a big kicker.
Is there anything in this? I mean, do you think one of these two is playing better? If this went on forever, if they put 9 million on the table each, who do you like?
I think they're both playing well at this point.
I do too.
I don't know who's going to crumble first and start raising before the flop.
Is JC going to find a bet here?
Check.
Eastgate must know he's winning.
17,000.
And he's bet because he thinks he has the best hand?
Yes, I think so.
Cool.
Now, this call by JC, this has to be a call that's prepared to bluff on a lot of river cards, right? If he misses?
Yeah, I mean, he's got to hit the 8, really, to be comfortable. Well, this is kind of a scare card, but I think Eastgate's got to be able to call any bet here with King High. I mean...
Just felt this one coming.
22,000.
You just felt this one coming, but King High has got some showdown value, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. You know, if Tran had an ace, he might have mentioned it before the flop. If he had a 6, he might have mentioned it on the turn. So